Here we are going to rig the structure of the backhoe in order to make it easier to animate the arm in the bucket. Open the file Chapter 10 rigging01.max from the Chapter 10 directory of our project folder. This file contains the upper section of a backhoe excavator that we are going to use to add two IK solvers to. Then we're going to link those solvers to helper objects that are currently attached to the rig itself. These helper objects will then allow us to move the arm of the backhoe and pivot the bucket simply by animating two objects. Let's turn on the bone selection filter. That will keep us from selecting any object other than a bone object in our scene. This will make it a little easier to work. From the main toolbar, click the Selection Filters option. Select Bone from the Selection Filter dropdown. Now we will only be able to choose bones in the viewports. Right-click in the front viewport to activate it. Click on the Bone 1 object to select it. From the Animation menu, hover your mouse over the IK Solver menu option. Choose the HI Solver from the flyout menu. This will present you with a rubber band line in the front viewport. Click on top of the Bone 03 object to create your first IK chain. This adds a blue end effector to the end of the IK chain. Next, click on the Bone 03 object in the front viewport. Again, from the Animation menu, choose the HI Solver from the IK Solver's flyout menu. And again, you're presented with a rubber band line. Go ahead this time and click on Bone 04. It's the very small bone at the end of our bone chain. This adds a second end effector to the end of the IK chain as well. Now let's go ahead and make this rig work. We'll do this by linking the end effectors that we just created to two helper objects that we currently have in the scene. Enlarge the front viewport by pressing Alt-W on the keyboard. We need to change our filter back to All by clicking on the Selection Filter dropdown and choosing All from the dropdown menu. Click on the end effector for the first IK chain. From the main toolbar, click the Select and Link option. Then click and drag from the end effector to the dummy arm end helper object. Let go of the mouse button, and you should see the helper object flash white. Now select the end effector for the second IK chain. Make sure the Select and Link tool is still active from the main toolbar. Then click and drag to the Rotate Bucket helper object. This should flash white as well. Click the Select and Move tool from the main toolbar. Then select the Dummy Arm End helper object. If we move the object around, we should see the arm operate. Now select the Rotate Bucket helper object. Click on the Select and Rotate option from the main toolbar. If we rotate the helper object, we can see that the bucket rotates and the other elements of this rig function as they were designed. Go ahead and take some time if you want to create some keyframes for the bucket rotation and the position. And you can see how rigging makes animating a complex structure much easier.